The Detroit Lions' top 3 needs in this year's draft. Let's Talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. My name is Jay. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. We are 300 subs away. So if 300 of you would just scroll down like half an inch and click that red button, we will be at 5K. So let's see what we can do here. Today, I'm going to talk about what I really do believe the top 3 needs are for Detroit heading into the 2022 draft. Please drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think the Detroit Lions top 3 needs are. But without any further ado, let's get into it. Coming in at number 3, the Detroit Lions need a wide receiver. Now, it's interesting how this has shaped so differently for me, I think for the Lions, since the free agency period, because coming in at number 3 just a couple months ago, I would have said linebacker. However, when you look at what the Lions have done through free agency, I gotta say it's wide receiver. When you look at the linebacker position as a whole, we brought back Alex Anzalone, we brought in Chris Board, and the prodigal son returns. That's right, Jared Davis. From there, you have young buck Derek Barnes, and all of this not including Pittman, Bryant, Julian Okwara. I mean, you name it. When I look at the Detroit Lions linebacker situation, it feels like we have solidified, hey, coming up here, we're not going to be selecting a linebacker early. Could be very wrong, but the writing on the wall just has me leaning away from linebacker. Bringing back Jared Davis, bringing in Chris Board, I feel like we really solidified going into this year. We have other needs that we got to take care of. Wide receiver is a top 3 need for Detroit. When you look at last year, one of the greatest difficulties we had was there was such a lack of talent, such a lack of high quality talent at wide receiver. Wide receiver is a top 3 need. And the reason that I have it coming in at number 3 is because I believe with the wide receiver position, you can find talented receivers later in the draft. Not I believe. You can. I mean, Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, you're looking at a 3rd round and a 5th round pick. Like, there are guys that are extremely talented that you could pick up much later. Don't get me wrong, the Jamar Chases, the number 1 draft shots out there, like, they exist, and when you need them, you get them. However, for Detroit, I don't think that is a top tier need. I think that's that number 3. It's right on the edge. Last year, we lacked heavily at the receiver position. We didn't have a guy that could really disrupt the defensive flow. We put a ton of weight on TJ Hawkinson, our tight end. We put a ton of weight on checkdowns with the running backs. We put way too much weight on a guy like Khalif Raymond, asking him to do a lot more. And yes, he did succeed in a lot of areas. However, there wasn't just that one guy who you could be like, all right, the defense has to plan for that Kenny Golladay, for that top tier receiver. We didn't have that. That's the reason why we said, let's go get Josh Reynolds. I mean, that's the reason why we saw St. Brown emerge, is because the lack of high quality talent at the receiver position. And listen, we know that Randall L came out making the comment regarding, hey, we're going to pick up, or I want to pick up 1 receiver in free agency and 2 receivers in the draft. So that is on the mind of the staff, obviously. Will we see that happen? Who knows what will transpire. However, you look at what we were able to do bringing in DJ Chark, a big-bodied receiver who's fast on the outside, who can take the top off the defense, a huge pickup for Detroit. But in the same way, I don't think you can just lean so heavily on DJ Chark now to create that huge dynamic shift. You bring in another guy, you draft another receiver this year, I think it is vital for the future of Detroit. We have 2 picks in round 3. I would love to see us expend one of those on a receiver. I think it's going to be vital for the future. It's going to be key for the Lions as we continue to build. Coming in at number 2, safety. This is a big issue for Detroit. Shoot, it's been a big issue for Detroit. Our secondary in general over recent years has been rough. And I mean, last year, when you look at our secondary in general, we underwent a lot. They had to There was a lot of shifting the puzzle pieces around due to the plague of injuries. Okuda, Iffy, Jerry Jacobs, who was having a wonderful performance as a UDFA, and then Amani Oruwariye, who breaks his thumb in the back half, the tail end of the season. Finding a talented safety in this draft for Detroit is key. We obviously are bringing back Tracy Walker on a 3-year, $25 million deal, saying we believe in you. We think that you're one of the guys, one of the core of the future of this team. However, you're going to have to pair somebody with Walker. Well, just a couple days ago, Dan Campbell came out talking about Will Harris. He jokingly made the comment of Harris being a safety and a cornerback. And so Will Harris, who struggled as a safety, really found a niche later in the season playing cornerback, filling in after Jerry Jacobs and Oruwariye went down. From what I'm gathering and what we can see, Harris can fill the slot at safety. However, we need to find a solid, talented safety to pair with Walker. Now, this is where I understand Detroit Lions fans calling for Kyle Hamilton. Oh, get us Hamilton. He could pair with him. He could pair with Walker in the back. Obviously, Hamilton is a freak of an athlete. Would be phenomenal to have. However, I think we can fill and see a bright future with a Daxton Hill or Brisker. And before you sit there and say, oh, you have blinders on, you just want Michigan boys. I'm not a Michigan fan. Sorry to let you down. But I think Daxton Hill could be a solid fit in Detroit. This is where I would love to see Detroit spend either pick number 32 via the Rams or pick number 34 on a safety. Lastly, going into our number one need, it's an edge rusher. You knew it was coming. Plain and simple. And I know some of you hate that, but I'm sorry, it is just what Detroit needs now and for the future. And with the edge rushers that we see available early in this draft, I think that they have the potential to truly be game changers and hopefully franchise changers. The Lions have to secure a disruptive edge who can absolutely make it to the quarterback and cause problems. A guy who can increase pressure on the opposing quarterback. We need it desperately. And I'm going to be frank with you, so long as some of you will be Dennis and D and Charlie and Mac. If it's Hutchinson, phenomenal. If it's KT, amazing. If it's Trayvon Walker, great. At this point, I think each one of those guys offers such an intriguing piece of the puzzle, and I'm here for it. I want an edge. I think we need an edge. Less of what I want, more of what I really think will help the Detroit Lions shape into this team, this actual NFC North contender, this playoff contender, a championship caliber team. And there it is. There's the top three needs for Detroit in this draft. At number 3, a wide receiver. Number 2, I think it's a safety. And number 1, it's an edge who can disrupt that play. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you guys think? What's your 3-2-1? We're 18 days away from the draft. It's coming. And I have no idea what Detroit's going to do with our number 1 pick, with the number 2 overall. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And as always, hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll catch you next time here on Let's Talk Lions.